welcome to Yoga with Leanne. I am Leanne, and I hope that you're ready for some yoga with a story. Today we are going to start standing, so come into something comfortable and stand on something comfortable because we are going to begin in a nice, tall, standing position. You might notice things are a little bit different behind me today where I'm filming. It's summertime, and in the summertime, everything is so beautiful and warm, so today's a nice warm day, and I'm just really excited to be here and ready to do some yoga and some breathing. So, are you ready? Here we go. Standing up really tall, feeling your feet, spread your toes wide and feel them landing on the ground. Maybe you're outside on the earth or on your yoga mat or on your towel, and just imagine yourself just drawing up energy from the ground or the floor all the way up, 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 breathing it up all the way to the tippy top of your head so that you're standing really tall today wherever you are. And you can open up your hands. We're going to begin here in a mountain pose. So standing up tall, just pull your arms back a little bit, your shoulders back, and feel yourself opening up tall and strong like a mountain. And breathe that in just for a minute. Breathe it in through your nose and out through your nose. Now we're going to try breathing one arm up at a time. So breathing one arm up and lower it down. Other arm up and lower it down. And if you guess two arms together, you're right. Two arms up, tall and strong, and breathe them down. Excellent. Feeling in to every part of your body, from the tip of your toes to the top of your head, feeling yourself shining, bright, awake, and alive. Roll your shoulders back. Keep those breaths going. Roll your shoulders front. And keep those breaths going. And one last time, warming up, breathing up. And this time when you breathe out, we're going to hinge forward into a forward bend, coming all the way down. And you can say hi to your feet, tickle your toes when you're there. Relax your head, nod it, shake it, and rolling all the way back up. Do it again. Breathe your arms up, warming up. Look up at your fingers, wiggle them, and then, I think I've got a hair here, and then coming all the way down. You can even make your arms like wings as you slowly come down, and roll it all the way back up, and roll your shoulders back one more time. All right, let's just go side to side, warming up through the spine. One last thing before we start our story today. Getting nice and loose in the arms like spaghetti. And slowing it down and come back to center. So today's yoga story, it's a true story. It's a story that happened to me not too long ago, and I wanted to share it here with my yoga friends. So this is a story. It's about a cardinal, which is a red bird. You might have seen them. They're all across North America. A beautiful red bird. Winter, spring, summer, fall, you'll see them. It's about a baby cardinal who is learning to fly. So one day, I was just doing my work at my computer in my kitchen, and I heard the sound of a lot of birds, like really, really going very, very excited. And then I came out to check what was going on, and I saw my cat. Let's come onto our hands and knees in cat pose. Now, as we're doing cat pose, I'm just going to keep on talking to you as you round your back, because I want to tell you something you might already know. Something about cats and birds is they don't really mix very well together. Looking over, you can look over your shoulders as you're cat and cowing it, breathing. So sometimes cats, you may know, chase birds, and sometimes cats even kill birds. So I was really frightened when I saw my cat and when I heard the birds who seemed upset. And I thought, oh no, has my cat Jeremiah hurt a bird? Don't forget to keep breathing and rounding up your back. Now hold it up here in your cat pose, really rounding your spine as much as you can. And you can even turn one of your legs into a tail as you swish that tail from side to side. So I went over to my cat Jeremiah, changing legs, keep breathing. And I said, Jeremiah, what do you have in your mouth? And the parents, the cardinal parents, were still looking very alarmed. I thought he had a mouse in his mouth, and I thought, oh my goodness, coming down into mouse pose. Oh my goodness, Jeremiah, why would the cats care if you had a mouse in your mouth? So bring your nose as close to your knees as you can. You can do your mouse pose like this in a small ball, or with your knees more wide apart if that's more comfortable in your body. Whichever mouse pose you're in, you can bring your hands behind you if that feels okay, and just relax for a moment and breathe. So when I looked closer at Jeremiah, I noticed, my friends, that it was not a mouse. It was, in fact, a baby bird. I took the baby bird out of Jeremiah's mouth and I showed the parents, it's okay, here's the baby bird. Come back up onto your feet. Hop to your feet if you can. And stay really low. Now baby birds often fall out of the nest. It can be very, very scary for them, I imagine. So what we're going to do is pretend that we are now a baby bird who has just been released from the jaws of my cat, and I'm trying to help it. This baby bird, I'll show you how it was hopping. It's a bit of a yoga pose. So you can bring your hands to the front and you can just hop a little bit up and down your yoga mat. And its wings were flapping, and turn around and do it the other way. It was not very strong, it was still very young. Use your wings, and looked very frightened. And the parents were screaming and very frightened too. But I was happy to see that the bird had feathers, so it looked like it was ready to leave the nest, and it looked like the wings and the body were intact. So find your balance here in a little low squat, and see if you can hop a few times like a baby bird. This is how it was moving around. It wasn't flapping yet, it was just hopping. And don't forget to breathe when you're here. Now I put Jeremiah in the house. I made sure that the baby bird was safe. I made a little box for the baby bird, and I watched it flop around and still walk around. And I realized the bird was safe. So I showed the parents, and everybody started to calm down. I went in the house. So after a little while, the bird started to get stronger and stronger, and it started to cheep and peep. So you can come a little bit higher up with your knees as you cheep and you peep, and feeling yourself really rounding around and imagining what it's like to just learn how to spread your bird wings and to practice just being down on the ground for the first time. Don't forget, this baby had been in a nest, so it had never experienced life on the earth. How amazing it would be for the first time. Breathe that in and out. Now we're going to come back up to into our forward bend that we were before. So nod your head yes and shake your head no, and just bending down and up that way. Breathing. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Now as the days passed, the little bird became stronger and stronger, and the mother bird was feeding the baby bird bugs and insects and things from the ground, so I knew the baby was safe, and I was very relieved. And I was watching very closely as the baby bird learned how to fly. So we're going to practice learning how to fly, coming into our baby crow pose, and we're going to pretend it's baby cardinal. So hands on the ground, knees coming up right above your elbow, and just come onto your tippy toes. And this could be the beginning of your practice of baby crow. Don't forget to breathe. Stay nice and strong, focused and mindful. Now your hands get to be your feet, so you really want to spread your fingers wide. Put them on your yoga mat or on the ground or your towel, coming up onto your tippy toes, looking straight ahead, and see if you can, one little foot at a time, come off the ground and fly. It was really exciting to watch the baby bird learn how to fly. And it reminds me of how this pose feels in my body when I play with it. It takes practice, but the more that you hop and play, eventually, one day, you might fly too. Let's come back up to standing. So the parents were very, very good flyers. So we're going to practice being an adult cardinal flying. So bring one knee up, breathe it in, catch that knee with your hands, find your balance here. Even this feels like a flying pose. staring straight ahead at something that's not moving. This is called your drishti in yoga, where you're staring and you're focused. And if you feel balancing, you want to go further into a balancing pose, you can release your hands and bring that leg behind you as you slowly hinge forward, breathing and being an adult cardinal. Looking down at the babies. I don't know if you can hear, but there are birds here where I am. Breathing, opening up your heart, opening up your hands, wiggle your fingers, imagine what it's like to fly. And then letting that foot fall behind you and release it and come back to center. Hands to your heart, breathe in and release. How about trying the other leg this time? Bring it up, catch it. Slowly, staring straight ahead, maybe a little smile because yoga's fun. And then when you're ready, you're going to release that leg, open your wings, hinging forward, lift the back leg up, staring now straight down in front of you. Spread your fingers. Breathing, flying free, and when you're ready, release that leg behind you, landing softly. And step your feet together, breathe it in. And release both hands back to mountain pose. So that's the end of the story. The baby and the mom and the dad were a happy family flying around my backyard. I made sure that no cats were outside. Even though my cat was on a leash, he still managed to catch that baby. And I told my neighbors, please leave your cats inside to protect the babies because fledgling cardinals are on the ground for 3 days before they can fly. And the lesson for us is that we need to practice, and sometimes it takes days and days or weeks or months or even years to become good at what we're trying to do or what we're trying to learn. But I encourage you to be like a cardinal and to take your time to spread your wings and fly. So breathe one wing up and back. Bring the other wing up and back. And bring both wings up. Wiggle your fingers and bring your hands to your heart in namaste hands. Bowing down. And that is the end of today's yoga story. Thank you so much for practicing yoga with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel great. And I hope you keep on practicing whatever it is you are learning in life. See you next time for more yoga with a story.